You're watching 7 Action News.
We are also talking about elite action today. Michigan and Michigan State both hit the hardwood with trips to the Final Four on the line. And we are also talking about Cinderella. She went home last night and the shoe did not fit.
It did not fit for your Flyers.
No, it did not. But I'm still representing my Dayton Flyers. If those young men are watching right now, there's a lot of real estate between success and failure, and you are still successes. Thank you for joining us this Sunday morning. I'm Malcolm Maddox.
And I'm Anu Prakash. Sorry about your Flyers, but talk about an incredible 2 games today.
Yeah.
All eyes are going to be on the TV, but before game time, I'm sure perhaps people want to just head outside and enjoy the day, and why not start there in Ann Arbor?
6:02 right now, westbound I-96 at Greenfield in Detroit is closed because of a shooting. This happened around 4:30 in the morning. This is video from the scene. Michigan State Police tell us 3 people were hurt after someone shot up a minivan. The van crashed after the shots were fired, and we're told the injuries do not appear to be life-threatening, but we will update you on the latest information as soon as it becomes available. Zalaka was a member of the Associated Food and Petroleum Dealers. Its president and CEO says they're very concerned about the safety of their members and that, quote, violent crime continues to be an ongoing tragedy for the independent retailer, specifically for operators of gas stations and convenience stores. Turning now to East Point, where crews had their hands full with a 3-alarm fire at the 5-star food center off 8 Mile. And when they arrived last night, they found flames engulfing the center of the market, destroying the entire roof. Now, speaking of the automotive industry, UAW officials say its membership is slowly growing. The United Auto Workers membership grew by nearly 9,000 people last year, marking the 4th straight year membership has kept up with the rate of retirement. All right, it is 6:06, and I have it on good authority.
You know people.
I know people who know things, and it will begin to feel like spring soon. So now is the perfect time to get some ideas and maybe think about how you can spruce up your home and garden at the Novi Home and Garden Show.
Yeah, it's all happening inside the Suburban Collection Showplace, and there you'll find everything you need for your home and garden under one roof.
Welcome back. It's 6:11. People across Washington state joined together for a moment of silence yesterday, all to remember the victims of last week's mudslide.
This is has a toll on everybody. There's no one out here that hasn't been touched by, the magnitude of what's going on.
6:13, and when you hear that there's not going to be much sunshine, I assume that there would be like a little bit yesterday.
Oh, wait a minute.
Just even a peek, I guess he's looking for.
Yeah, I mean, anything.
No, I was trying to get the point across that you were going to need to wait until today, but today is here.
Today is here.
Today is here.
No, the sun's not here yet. Yeah. That'll come up
coming.
at 7:19 is when it rises, but we're going to have a lot of it today. We're going to have a lot of it tomorrow.
Perfect.
And it's 31 hours from now.
As you heard Chris say, opening day is shaping up to be a beautiful day. It's almost as though Mr. Illich pulled a few strings to make that happen.
Right. I guess he knows people too.
Yeah,
right?
he knows people.
And if you are heading down to Comerica Park tomorrow, the ballpark looks great. Take a look. Crews recently finished laying new Kentucky bluegrass sod in the park.
It's 6:25. People who still need to apply for health insurance coverage through the federal marketplace are getting a bit of relief ahead of tomorrow's deadline. Last week, the Obama administration announced it will not penalize people who begin but do not complete the enrollment process. It is 6:30, and you've been hearing a lot about our pothole pledge. You want to know why it's necessary. Drake Road in West Bloomfield, it is an absolute mess, and it's causing drivers headaches for weeks now. And the problem was so bad that the Oakland County Road Commission actually closed it for 2 weeks to make repairs. Well, the road reopened Friday afternoon, but it is already falling apart once again. 6:32, and about 300 volunteers rolled up their sleeves yesterday to clean up the neighborhood surrounding Denby High School. A group of Denby students, college students, and several local organizations have a goal of making the area safer for kids to be able to walk to school and even wait for their buses. Organizers plan to continue the cleanup efforts every day during summer break and say there's room for anyone who wants to help. 6:33 right now, and after the absolutely brutal winter we've had, it's nice to know that spring or spring-like weather is just around the corner. And if you are thinking spring may be turning your yard back to green sometime soon, you need to head down to the Novi Home and Garden Show at the Suburban Collection Showplace.
And that's where you can go to do some one-stop shopping. Maybe you're sitting down to get ready to have some breakfast, right? Well, it is a breakfast favorite, pancakes and syrup, but if you love to drown your pancakes in that sweet, sticky stuff, yeah, I know. I guess we all have to listen up. There's actually a health warning for you.
Yeah, 7 Action News consumer reporter Joanne Purton shows us how the coloring that's often used could actually pose a health risk.
Consumer Reports recently reported that some kinds of caramel color in soft drinks can contain a potential carcinogen.
Thank you, Joanne. The first thing I'm going to say is that I would still use Mrs. Butterworth's if it were clear. Okay.
Clear.
If it were clear. And secondly, if you were to give a mouse as much syrup as that I use, I mean, surely it would give it cancer.
I know. We were thinking about just how much more. I mean, if you even cut it down a little, but you could just always use the real maple syrup.
You know, I don't think I've ever had real maple syrup.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna check that out later today. 6:51 coming up after the break. Major tourist attractions around the world went dark last night. The event caters to your child's imagination. They can build large structures with giant Legos and even invent futuristic vehicles with Kinects. This is a very cool event. Admission for adults is $12.95. Kids 2 to 12 get in for $9.95.
You said your daughter used
Yeah. Yeah.
engineer now, right?
She built a roller coaster that was very elaborate. I mean, it works with them to expand their imaginations. And yes, she is studying engineering. I call her my 401k plan.
Yes,
so
I know you do.
I want to see how that works out. Daddy needs some new shoes. 8:56 right now, coming up after the break.